years. Borderlands has over 300,000 comics, graphic novels, and games. They also have the biggest variety of toys and collectibles around. And now, they're your Pokemon headquarters. Borderlands Comics and Games, 1434 Lawrence Road. Check them out on Instagram and Facebook.
Mad World Haunted Attraction is now open. Voted one of America's top haunts and #1 in South Carolina. Venture to the haunted house trail full of elaborate sets, special effects, and top-notch actors. Play our creepy carnival games, axe throwing, or check out our 18-hole Ghost Town mini golf. Grab your friends and get ready to scream. Located in Piedmont off I-85, exit 35. Buy your tickets now at madworldattractions.com. That's madworldattractions.com.
The Upstate Pulse is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
This is the Upstate Pulse on 106.3 WORD.
Wake up and smell the future, man.
The heartbeat of what's trending in the Upstate.
What do people need is somebody that knows what's going on in the community.
The world.
That's going to be bigger than the internet.
And the known universe.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
It's the Upstate Pulse on 106.3 WORD.
Brought to you by Borderlands Comics and Games.
You're on the air.
Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Lonzo. Welcome into a spectacular. I can't do it. I try to do it. I can't do it. This is our Halloween special, so we're gonna do like Halloween stuff. By the way, if this is the first time you listen to this show, I don't know where you've been, but I'm glad that you finally found us. Perhaps you are a Clemson fan since they're on a bye and you're just out and about, or maybe you're turning off the Gamecock game because they're just not doing well. And either way, thank you for being a part of the show. Also, we are all dressed up in some sort of costume because this is our Halloween special. We'll be doing a lot of Halloween stuff today on the show, and we're gonna have some fun. So if you want to see what we look like and what we're dressed as, some will be easy to guess, others will not. You can go to our Facebook pages of 106.3 WORD, the Upstate Pulse.
I am upset.
Yes. Or my personal page, Lonzo on Word, or on Twitter, Lonzo on Word, and 106.3 WORD, or on YouTube, 106.3 WORD, the Upstate Pulse, or on Twitch at the Upstate Pulse. There we go. I got them all in. Death is off the camera right now, or because the computer shut down. That's what it happens sometimes. So he will get the computer back.
Some might say his computer died. No.
I believe that you all are insulting me based off of my clothing choices. I am the Emperor of the known galaxy, Emperor Palpatine.
All right, so there you go. If you want to see who Emperor Palpatine is, tune
Get
in.
it up in 15 minutes.
Yes. Yeah, it probably will take that long. Also,
terrible.
Joining us this evening, he is the Dread Pirate Tim, and he still doesn't get why I told him that's who he should be. You know why? Hey Tim, have you watched Princess Bride yet?
I have not.
Okay. All right. Also with us.
You're a disappointment.
Yes, he is.
You know what? What? Now I'm about to change it again.
Also with us is Dread Pirate Roberts is an amazing pirate in
I was just
Princess
change
Bride.
my name to Dreadlock Tim.
There you okay. You can do that. That's still a cool name. Also with us, Matthew, who is wearing a red cape.
My cosplay friends were not able to get me a cosplay together in time, so I borrowed a cape from Lonzo.
Also,
you can only count upon yourself.
Because I have capes. I do. I just do. And also joining us, it's Emperor Palpatine.
Yes, as I stated previously.
He's just disappeared off.
Yeah, on today's show. No, you can see him through Matthew's camera. He's there.
Communicating
He's there in the corner.
He's communicating through the Force.
Yes, he is. Yeah. He's probably not. He's still not dead because you got to bring Palpatine back a couple more times before
as clones.
Because
weird Snoke clones.
Maybe this time I won't use the lightning so much. I got to stop on that.
Nah, that was pretty cool when you did that.
The choir was awesome too.
It worked better on Windu.
You wouldn't have lost if you had more clout on Twitter.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely. If you had more clout on Twitter,
I'm
I
just
agree.
saying.
On today's program, we're going to be talking a lot about Halloween. Obviously, we're also going to get a season-ending episode of House of Dragon
Yes.
that Tim's going to be talking about. We are going to be talking video games, including something that Matthew's going to be doing next week, which is really cool, and a ton of stuff in the Nerd Roundtable. But if you want to be a part of the show, you can hit us up on the stream like Trey already did, or you can text us at 71307 because we're going to be asking a bunch of questions about Halloween that you can participate in. Yes, we know it's evil, but anyway, people still do it. So, we got to talk about it anyhow because it's based on All Hallows Eve, which, and all that. We can get into the lore and stuff.
As long as one is not practicing the ritual.
Well,
perhaps.
yeah, I mean, yes.
Yeah, stay away from the occult.
Yeah, do not, but
it is a bad idea.
Very bad.
I will say that
It feels a little disingenuous coming from Emperor Palpatine.
It does.
I want the power for myself.
It does. If you are not a fan of the candy because it's associated with Halloween, you can drop it off at the station.
Yeah.
I won't say no.
I would eat it.
We will accept all donations.
There's no one downstairs, and chances are we'll look at the candy and go, thank you. But you can still drop it off at the station anyway. So
Texter writes, great costumes.
Thank you, Texter.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So before we get started, we got candy here, and because I asked Cameron to go into the dollar store. I'm just going to point. It was the dollar store, and this bag of candy. How much do you think this cost, Tim?
$100.
All right. This
Probably what it feels like.
All right, Matthew. How much do you think this costs?
From the dollar store, that's going to be difficult. I'm going to say probably $3.99.
Costs $10, man.
Really?
$10?
All I gotta say is thank you, Brandon. Yeah, $10.
$10?
$10.
Why
Oh my
is
God.
the computer doing a cleanup sequence?
So my question to we're not getting into politics or anything, but we will get into the fact that things are too stinking expensive.
I could have sworn I saw that exact same kind of bag of candy at like Walmart for like $5 or $6.
Dude.
You probably did. But it should be cheaper at the dollar store, should it not? By definition, the dollar store. Anyway.
Indeed, it does seem like false advertising.
Yes, it's when they say dollar, they mean a bunch of dollars.
See, that's why I go to Five Below. Everything is $5.
Yeah, I everything. Have you checked everything in Five Below?
Not everything.
Okay, so
some things are $3.
Well, that's still below $5.
Yeah.
All right, so
it would appear that the pirate.
If you bought candy for trick or treaters, how much did you pay? Text line 71307. Or were you forced this year to get the cheap stuff that no one likes? Because we're going to be talking about that. We also need to discuss the fact that on November 12th, which is just a couple weeks away, Borderlands grand opening for the brand new store at 410 South Pleasantburg Drive is going to happen. Cannot wait. Over 3 times the size of the present store. It looks great from pictures.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to go.
And yes, plan on being at the grand opening.
I will be there.
They have some stuff going on, and we'll be able to give you some more details about that when we get them. Rob has been very busy. I've asked him for details. He's like, man, I'm trying. I'm just really busy. Because he's really busy. He's getting ready to open a brand new store. So cannot wait for that. Borderlands Comics and Games. It's so fun to hang out now. Can't wait for the bigger store because that means more people can be in there hanging out, having a good time, buying some comics, buying some action figures, buying some minifigures, just in there playing games because they're going to have more tables and things to come in there and play. All right. As we get started with the show, I have several different questions since we were just talking about candy. Tim, what was your favorite Halloween candy growing up?
Reese's.
Not necessarily now. So growing up, Reese's. So when you got
still
home,
my favorite.
when you got home after your haul, you dump. So did you dump your bag or
dumped it and pulled out all the Reese's?
Okay, I was curious about that.
All the other stuff I could care less about. Oh, and Milky Ways.
Okay, do you have any siblings?
Yes.
So how did you keep the siblings from taking your candy?
Beating them up.
Okay, that's one way to do it.
And I was the youngest.
That's one way to do it. Did you ever
It's survival of the fittest, man.
Did you ever swipe any of their candy?
Indeed. Oh yeah.
Okay, all right.
100%.
I'm just checking. All
I
right.
was an evil little kid, man.
Apparently.
We are also glad you've changed.
Yes.
Matthew,
looking for apprenticeship.
Matthew, what was your favorite candy growing up?
Well, my father's favorite candy was Crunch Bars, and after he introduced me to that was always my favorite candy growing up. It's not as much anymore. I still like it, but growing up, that was where it was at.
So do you have any siblings?
I do. I have a younger brother. He's about 5 years younger.
Okay, so pretty easy to keep your candy away from his candy, right?
We would normally trade because he liked different candy. Like he liked Skittles. I don't like Skittles. So we'd end up like trading whatever we had to get what we actually wanted. And it normally worked out pretty well.
Yeah, not my family. It didn't matter if we didn't like it or not. We weren't trading.
Since Tim was younger, but you were older, when you got too old to trick or treat, did you offer to take your brother out so you could get some of his candy?
The good thing about having a brother who's 5 years younger is that you can continue trick or treating and just say that, oh, I'm just tagging along with him.
There you go. There you go.
Get all the candy. That's
there you
good.
go.
That's good.
Was there any candy that he didn't like? You said you traded. So what did he not like?
Still is a very picky individual. So he would,
you know what? We've never noticed
Skittles.
that about you.
I'll eat most anything that you throw in front of me. But yeah, so he liked Skittles and gosh, what else? I think he would do M&M, but like he didn't do a whole lot. He's just really, really picky. So it would normally just kind of be like, if I had Skittles or something, I would give that to him, and I would take basically everything else that he didn't like. It was less of a trade and more of here's your Skittles. Now give me everything else because I know that you're not going to eat it.
Texter writes, guys, Reese's peanut butter cups are my number one. So yeah, I agree with you 100%. My favorite candy in the world is Reese's.
All right, Palpatine. When you were before you were Emperor, when you were a youngling. What was your candy of choice?
When I was a young man on Naboo, my father would get me Gungan gummies.
Were they actually made
delicious.
Were they actually made out of Gungans?
No comment.
Okay.
Or I will say that Misa like this.
Remember the death sticks? Did you ever eat any death sticks?
No. Come on, man. Come on. We're talking about kids.
I'm quite straight edge.
Well, you got to watch for that stuff in Halloween candy, right?
Well, Palpatine is straight edge. Oh, we'll definitely get to that story.
Only straight dark side, yo.
All right. My favorite candy was and people don't like these, and I did. And Smarties. Smarties were my favorite.
Dude,
yeah.
I love Smarties.
I like Smarties, but they were never my favorite because I mean it's just pure sugar. Like it's a lot.
They have something else in it. It's not pure sugar.
Well, it's hardened sugar. I doubt that. I mean, they have coloring, but it's still. I think it's pretty much.
They don't taste like sugar. They
do.
They
like
definitely taste like sugar.
They have a sour hint to them, but
there's a little bit of flavoring, but for the most part, it's sugar.
They're not like those dipping sticks where you have candy that you're just dipping in sugar. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
You guys ever watch the taste test on YouTube and stuff where people eat like really spicy stuff or sour stuff?
No, I don't really care about that.
I've seen the spicy.
Hilarious.
Yes, spicy, not the sour.
Enjoyed their suffering.
Yeah, dude, it is.
All right,
funny.
so we've talked about our favorite candy. When we come back from break, we're going to talk about the nasty, disgusting candy that you got in your bag that you would not eat, even if it was the last piece. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD, and the Halloween special continues on all of our streaming stations, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all those during the break.
We want to hear from you. 1-800-347-1063 or text us at 71307. This is the Upstate Pulse on 106.3 WORD.
I'm trying to decide if I want to share the $10
Upstate's
candy.
most trusted forecast from the 106.3 WORD Weather Center.
$10.
Cloudy tonight with a
I was
chance for
not the one
scattered
who purchased
showers.
it.
Lows around
Palpatine
53.
did.
Winds out of the northeast.
my money.
5 to 10 miles
Everybody's
per
getting
hour.
ripped off, man.
Tonight,
I'm gonna tell
tomorrow,
you,
chance for
I'm just gonna
scattered
say you picked the
showers.
wrong
Chance
bag.
for
It's
scattered
definitely
rain
$10.
again tomorrow
free
night,
for me.
54.
Maybe there's
Meteorologist
maybe
Jennifer
there's something else in here that I don't want to know about.
106.3 WORD. Currently, it's 61 degrees.
And now, a can't miss moment from the Charlie James Show.
Joining us right now is Representative Jeff Duncan. Welcome to the
Cleaning
program.
up. Well,
Charlie, it's always great to be on with you. And
It has
what
been
a
like
pleasure to
this
see what
for
the
5
DOJ is
minutes.
actually turning into.
This administration has weaponized every agency of the United States government against conservatives, haven't they?
They sure have, and they have 87,000 new IRS agents coming your way to audit conservatives across the country. It's really scary.
Don't miss the Charlie James Show, Weekdays 3 to 7 on 106.3 WORD.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you might be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that increases in sales. We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to getrefunds.com/news, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to getrefunds.com/news. That's getrefunds.com/news.
Hey, Panther fans, your boys are taking Carolina talk to the big time. Hey, it's Rob Brown.
And Lonzo Reitzel. And now you can get all the silver and blue talk you want with our new Views from Mid Street podcast, presented by Odyssey.
Every week and multiple times per week, Lonzo and I will bring you game previews, reviews, and the latest news out of Charlotte.
You can subscribe to the Views from Mid Street podcast on Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcast.
Or tell your smart speaker to play the Views from Mid Street podcast with me, Rob Brown.
And me, Lonzo Reitzel. And let's keep.
Thanks, Trey.
Thank you, Trey. Sorry about that.
That's not the right lightsaber.
I was drowning myself out. Yeah, well, it's the one we had.
I bummed it off of some kid who was whiny. He wanted to be like his grandfather, but kind of forgot about the end bit.
That earlier.
And the beginning bit.
Unfortunately,
never did.
Because you're too busy looking at your eyeliner.
Not correct. And I'm going to bug you about
It
that
was
for the
when
rest
we were
of the
coming
night.
in to the show.
Man, I can only work with what I have available. At least, on the bright side, I brought something here.
Go into debt.
So Trey says
like debt.
nerds and Twizzlers.
Ooh, nerds are good.
Yeah, I love nerds.
Nerds are good.
Twizzlers, I think, are. I love Twizzlers, but in small amounts and like once every 3 or 4 months or something like that. It's weird.
Trey says the radio ads are drowning us out.
We already fixed it.
Oh, okay.
Someone left something in queue.
Yes. No, it was in utility, but thank you, Palpatine. Appreciate it.
I'm sorry, I don't do this sort of thing very often.
No excuse. You should know everything.
I know most things. I have people for other things.
Mm.
Think pirates liked candy?
Yeah.
I'm thinking they probably did.
I'd imagine that they would.
I grew up watching Kids Next Door, so yes.
Yes, the candy beard pirate.
Sticky beard.
Sticky beard.
I love Kids Next Door. It's such a good series.
Oh, yeah, I just remembered. I didn't put the Halloween music in. Oh, well. Oh, well. It's been a busy week here around the Odyssey Empire. And, sometimes you get to see things, sometimes you don't. But you know what? I'll put them in Monday and I'll be ready for next year. There we go.
There we go.
I'm prepping for next year. All right. If you want to be a part of the show, text us at 71307 or get us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, or YouTube. Chances are, if you send us a message, we'll see it there. We definitely will see it on the text line at 71307 before we get to some more candy talk. And we're going to talk about some other stuff too. Tim, do we have any more texts?
We do not. Well, we do, but it's about House of the Dragon. You want me to go ahead and read it?
Yes, because you can preview the fact that you're going to be talking about it.
All right. So, yeah, we are going to be reviewing the final episode. But Texter writes, guys, in House of the Dragon, Daemon and Aemon have the same appearance and swagger. The main difference is Aemon believes he is righteous, while Daemon knows he's a scoundrel. Yes, I 100% agree with that. And again, we will talk about that in just a little bit.
You know, I don't know if I owe Charlie James an apology or not, because when I was deathly ill and someone else called in sick and I still had to work because I was here, I was doing Charlie's show, and he was talking to me about House of the Dragon, and I just totally destroyed it. And I forgot that I had heard that you and he said it was better than
No.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys said that.
No, he said that. I disagree.
So
I like them both in their own way.
I just said, nah, I'm not into it because I'm not into incest. I get it, pure blood and everything. If you're into that kind of thing, and I've forgotten that I had heard that you guys liked the show. So I inadvertently.
Well, I mean, like, I think if you respect politics, like, you know, because we both do a show about politics all week. I think if you respect politics for what they are, that's why you like the show.
Okay. Well, anyway, Tim's going to be reviewing it later because he's the only one on the show that's watched it. So
yeah, and it's really good. I love it.
If you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah, and it's nerdy. There's dragons, and magic,
and incest. So I mean that's
that's Alabama
arranged marriages.
Yeah. Okay. I just can't get past pure blood. I don't know why. All right. So we partook of some of this awesome $10 candy during the break.
I'm enjoying every bite of this.
It tasted more expensive, didn't it?
Only the best for my friends.
So Matthew, when you were out trick or treating, and you empty your bag out and you look at it, what's the thing that made you snarl your nose? Just go, why did they put this in my bag? What is the candy? Most disgusting Halloween candy.
I hated the people that would give candy corn because I hate that. Thankfully, that was one of the few candies that my brother liked. So I could just hand it off to him.
See, I think it's a smart move on his part because he knew you didn't like it. So the more candy corn you got meant more candy he got.
I mean, I guess, but like, he's not the one that's picking out if I get candy corn or not.
As far as you know, he could have been, going.
He's gone around to every house in every neighborhood that we went through and asked for candy corn specifically.
So you're saying that's out of the realm of possibility?
I'm going to say that, yes, that was probably out of the realm of possibility for a elementary schooler.
Well, these days, elementary schoolers,
nefarious.
Yes. Elementary schoolers have cell phones and can already text everyone in the neighborhood. Here's my favorite
15
candy.
years ago, that wasn't the case.
Yeah, that's true.
When I was trick-or-treating.
All right. Palpatine, what is the most disgusting candy that when you got it in your bag, you went, no, I don't want that.
Jedi jelly bellies.
Yeah, I can understand that,
Jelly bellies?
Yes. Yeah, jelly bellies, probably, and especially Jedi.
They were somehow gluten and sugar free.
And probably had some purity to it that just really bothered you.
It burned my tongue.
Yeah,
I disliked it. It was filled with peppermint.
Yes. You know what?
Of all the things, why peppermint in a Halloween candy?
Well, it's Jedi's, so yeah, peppermint probably makes they want fresh breaths. Exactly. All right, so I will tell you mine. The thing that I absolutely hated more than anything, and this may not have happened in your guys' neighborhood, was it didn't matter what it was. It's unwrapped candy. And there was always someone in the neighborhood who would put unwrapped candy in the bag.
Yeah, I don't understand why people do that.
It's disgusting.
You know we don't eat that, right?
I mean,
that's just a health hazard.
Yeah, I put that above.
I don't let my kids eat it either. I go through
the
my
people who put
no good
pennies
in
in their
the
bag.
hood.
Some people put pennies in your bag and stuff.
Oh, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, well, it was a poor neighborhood, so pennies was a stretch. It probably hurt the budget for the month. All right, Tim. So.
Well,
the worst candy.
He already said candy corn. But so I'll go with my second worst is jelly beans. I don't like jelly beans.
Why?
Never have.
Why? What about jelly beans? So
I feel you on that.
Easter,
it's the texture.
Yeah,
I don't like
it's,
the texture.
I don't even know if it's
because it sticks in your teeth.
I don't like the way
That too.
it tastes.
Yeah,
it has this weird taste to it.
If you're watching on the stream right now, you could see Tim made this face like he was trying to get something out of his teeth with his tongue. So I think that's why it bothers you. I think
am also eating chocolate.
Yeah. So
that can stay in my tongue.
I'm just trying to think. I don't think there's any candy that I didn't like. So really it was the candy that
what about Werther's Originals?
Yeah. I mean, it's an adult candy, but it makes you feel like you're an adult when you're eating the Werther's, but I'm okay with that. It's also a fancy candy that I only got to eat when I got older by accident because I could never afford it, and no one in my neighborhood would ever give anyone Werther's.
I tell you a rarity that that you don't really get that often, but I always loved it when it hit my bag and when I went trick-or-treating was Pop Rocks.
Wow, people actually give Pop Rocks for Halloween?
I think I got a thing of Pop Rocks once or twice.
Yeah,
I have
dude,
also
they just pop in your
received the
mouth.
Pop
It's really cool.
Rocks.
Yeah, I love Pop Rocks. There was a
Yeah.
time when they were banned because supposedly
Oh.
they caused it. Yeah, well, so
Yeah,
it's
well.
supposedly killed Mikey from a Life commercial, but he never died. He's still doing commercials now. So,
Yeah,
which
no,
is
the
pretty amazing.
The FDA is just the FDA.
Well, because there was a rumor out there if you mix Pop Rocks with Coke or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah, I
Talking about
remember that.
Coca-Cola, not cocaine, because I'm guessing you mix anything with cocaine, it's probably not good. I'm talking
Definitely
about
not good for your heart.
Coca-Cola.
Well, in
And-
short bursts.
yes, burst is the operative word. But supposedly you mix Pop Rocks with Coca-Cola and
It'll explode your
and
stomach.
Yes, your stomach will explode.
I thought it was surge.
Just like if you swallow your gum, trees will grow down there. I
thought
mean,
it
there's
was
just a lot of
surge,
things.
like the drink surge.
There's a lot of rumors, and this was before the internet, so a rumor had to be a strong rumor for it to work. Now you could just start any rumor, and as long as it's trending, it's going to work.
Yeah.
All right,
that's
we're going to take a break. When we come back, Tim is going to review the season finale of House of the Dragon. Tell us what your favorite candy is, what your worst candy is. Text line 71307 or hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, or YouTube. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD.
Congratulations, you have a working computer again.
Yes. All right, so I like the dots. You know something else that I like that people don't is Milk Duds.
Oh, I love Milk Duds.
See, I think Chris wanted to fight me over Milk Duds. I'm pretty sure. If he's listening or watching, he can say whether I'm right or wrong. But you know what we would do? You know what we would do? We would, I would put the Smarties inside the Milk Duds. I know it's weird, but it's
That is an odd combination.
Yes, it's chocolate covered sweet.
Oops. I can't quite get that with my feet. It's difficult when I don't have access to the Force.
Twizzlers, yeah, Trey. I don't like
I'm not a
Twizzlers
fan
either.
of Twizzlers either.
Never have.
Not a fan of
What
licorice.
about Twizzlers? Because it's so hard to chew.
No, I don't like the taste of them.
You know what I don't like is when I have
I don't like
war paint
marshmallows
on
either.
and my eyes itch, and I really want to scratch them right now, and I can't do that.
Let your anger.
Well, I could do that, but you know,
guide
just smear it everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed with.
I am
how
almost to the
works.
point. that
I knew
can
it.
Make this.
I've had to go away from my favorite kind of costumes, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Favorite costumes
You
because
like the scary stuff.
I like anything that doesn't require talking.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you what I really like, and it's like clown, scary clowns.
Yeah, I don't get people who are afraid of clowns. I
Not
don't.
either. I think it's really.
Oh,
cool.
they have killer clowns from outer space costumes out. Have you seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
No, not yet.
That is a cult.
to watch that
It is a cult classic, and it's actually on YouTube. I think you can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you like freaky clowns, you would like that.
Oh yeah, man. Dude, I like. There's a channel I follow on YouTube called Sliding Jesus, and this guy kind of dressed. He's got like dreadlocks like I do, and
By the way, I don't know if you
does,
noticed.
like, all kinds
I don't know
of,
if you noticed. I got me a braid.
Oh, yeah, I did notice that.
Got me a braid.
But no, like but it's really really cool.
It's cool to me, Matthew. Okay.
He does some really cool sliding shots, and
I was shaking my head in agreement and then giving the thumbs up. What do you mean?
Slides and
How does
sparks.
one shake his
Really
head in
cool.
agreement?
You
That
guys
is a
should check that out.
negative tone.
It was
You
going up
shake
and
your head
down.
no. How would I know?
Yeah, you hear.
You can't see.
Can't
He definitely
see.
can't see. He has no
Do
idea.
not strike your emperor.
Chris
will
hates
strike
clowns.
whoever I want.
Why? There have been studies about
Don't
why
start
people hate
citing
clowns,
clowns
and
again.
this is dudes with makeup on. I got makeup on right now.
Maybe if you had more clout,
I'm gonna go hit a karaoke bar and sing some Motley Crue or something,
you wouldn't get struck so much.
or Striper. Yeah, I'll go hit some Striper.
You see, if you had more clout, that would have hurt.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse Halloween special. We are all dressed up, having a good time on a Saturday night. We hope you are too. We know you're out and about, especially on Woodruff Road, because it's always crowded out there. Thank you for taking us along with you while you're on your way to where you're going, where you been, or if you're going from hither, thither, and yon, because I'm going to use that forever since I was questioned about it. The other thing is, are you going to any Halloween parties? I'm just curious. Do people still do that? Do you go to the big parties that, local celebrities have, or do you just go to a party at someone's house? Or do they still have bonfires and things like that, like they do in horror movies?
I do
I know
often like a
some,
good house party.
because I used to DJ them all the time. So I know that venues and stuff still hold them, and also your local bars and stuff might have like a costume contest. Because I used to host them all the time. Like this was like a big night of the year for us.
Speaking of a big night of the year, last Sunday was the season finale for House of Dragon.
Yes.
And Tim is going to talk about it. Hey, if you haven't seen it yet, it's been a week. So,
Wow.
I mean,
yeah, spoiler warning, I am about to spoil it. So, yeah, dude, very, very, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like it was epic, like you would think a finale of the first season should be, but it still was really good. So, basically, the crown has declared war on Rhaenyra Targaryen and her family because because they think that Aegon Targaryen should be the male heir, or should be the heir after Viserys' death. So, but Viserys named his daughter Rhaenyra as heir. So there's this like big clash that happens as soon as he dies. It's like they don't even have time to like mourn his death or anything. And Otto Hightower, the Hand of the King, is already making moves to secure Aegon Targaryen, his grandson, as the king instead of Rhaenyra, who should be the queen because she was named the heir. So that's what happened in the episode prior. And then in this episode, Princess Rhaenys flies her dragon from King's Landing to Dragonstone to tell Rhaenyra what has happened and that her father has died. They didn't even know, so like you get to see that reaction. The reaction that got me the most, I think, was Daemon's, because you could kind of see it in his face that like, he was sad that his brother was dead, but like at the same time, he's like, well, we gotta prepare for war. So like, he's just off doing that. And it was just really interesting to see that reaction. But the best part about this episode was when, because they have to declare alliances and all that other kind of stuff because they're about to go to war with this other, faction. She sends two of her sons out to go and as messengers to the Baratheons and one to the north to the Starks. And one of her sons was killed by another dragon rider. So he flew his dragon there. You get to see his big dragon fight. And, I think it was Jacaerys, Prince Jacaerys. His poor dragon wasn't very big. And he's fighting against the biggest dragon in the world at that point. And he gets eaten. So, and that reaction too.
So the dragon got eaten, or the dragon rider got eaten?
Both.
Okay.
One bite. But after,
did he at least have a war cry as he was being eaten?
No. So he was actually eaten by Aemon Targaryen's dragon. So like Aemon was already there at I think I can't remember the name of the place. Storm's End. That's it. Storm's End. And he was already there trying to turn the Baratheons against Rhaenyra's group, and he had gotten there late. Well, Aemon and Jacaerys have some history because Jacaerys is the one that took out Aemon's eye. So like, he's like, I want my eye back. Yeah, I'm gonna get my eye. And he was kind of like taunting him.
Wait, did he keep his eye?
No. He cut his eye out in a little fist fight.
Okay, how's he going to get his eye back then?
He's going to take his eye.
I do believe that it was a metaphor.
Oh, okay. So eye for an eye.
Not a literal thing.
No, it is a literal thing.
Well, he took his eyes, his nose, his everything.
Jaceres cut his eye out when he was a kid, so he wanted to get his revenge by taking one of his eyes.
It's like you step on my lawn,
but
I destroy
but it wasn't really like they were trying. It was almost like he was just trying to bully him. Like he wasn't really trying to actually hurt him, and then he actually, his dragon just kind of acted on his own for a minute and went and ate Jaceres, and yeah, it's like he didn't mean to, but but in this act, he has caused, this is an act of war. Like, and this is the best part is you get to see a queen, I guess she's queen now, Queen Rhaenyra's just face as she finds out, and that's the last thing you see to end, the finale of the episode. So really excited about season 2. I know it's going to be a while, but I'm still really excited to see it.
There you go. There is Tim's review. We wish we could add to it, but we didn't watch it. So
I know.
Now he knows how we feel when he doesn't watch something that we watch.
Oh yeah, well y'all did that to me on Attack on Titan too.
Yeah, well, all right.
But now we have Matthew who's seen.
We all need to be on the same page.
And part 3 is coming out. It's coming out soon.
Have they given a release date yet?
They haven't given an exact date, but it's gonna be probably in January at some point.
I hope
that's what they're predicting.
I'm really curious if they're going to follow the manga ending or do their own.
I know, and I'm excited, and I have not read the manga, so I'm really excited to see the ending because everybody's all up in
any knowers
tizzy about it.
All right, before we go to break, let's talk about our favorite Halloween costume of all time. I'm gonna go first on this. My favorite Halloween costume of all time is one that I've worn many times, and that would be that of Jason Voorhees. One of the reasons why, as I've mentioned before, I think on the stream, is because you don't have to talk. All you do is stand there and make your eyes really big within the hockey mask and be silent and just scare people, which I was very good at doing. And you talked about, by the way, Chris on the stream says, nice costumes. Thank you. You talked about Halloween contests at bars and things like that. We were at, there was one that one of my cousin's friends owned. We went there for the contest. I don't drink, but I went there for the contest. I just want to point that out. But across the street was a restaurant. And if any other people in Ohio are listening, a place called Dan's Drive-In. And it was directly across the street. And it was a pretty busy highway. So Dan's Drive-In has like storefront seats. So you're sitting there eating and you can look out at the road. So as Jason, I hid behind a telephone pole. And this guy was eating food, and I'd come out from behind the telephone pole, and I would just stare at him. And he was just like, eat really slow, trying to act like he's not noticing me. And then he would look down, and I would move back behind the telephone pole. And I did it for 15 minutes straight while the guy ate the entire time, just because I thought it was hilarious.
You were one of those people.
Yeah, it was fun. It was absolutely fun. I loved that costume. One of the best things that I got to do with it here at the building, we now have 7 stations. We didn't at the time. Our general manager downstairs used to have Halloween parties at his house. And there was a salesperson who I was pretty angry with because he made it. He doesn't work here anymore. So I'm going to tell you what he did to me. I was having to do a Burns pregame show, a coach's show rather. And so I had to drive all the way to Duncan, to Bojangles and Duncan.
He says it like
no.
I had to drive all the way to Duncan.
No. But that's an hour from my house get to Duncan.
Wow,
yes,
that's where I live.
Yeah, it's an hour to Duncan. So I had to drive all the way to Duncan. I was doing a morning show, which you know how that is.
Yeah.
I'd have to go in the evening to this thing, have to drive all the way there, and didn't get paid for it.
Oh no!
And had to buy my own food. And then I found out that the salesperson at the time was paying just about everybody else, or got everybody else paid, but me.
Oh, that's not
so I was unhappy about that. So
yeah,
the Halloween party rolled around, and I knew what I was going to do. I told my wife, I was like, listen, go mingle, I'm in this for, as you guys know, and Matthew's learning about my patience. So I knew at some point this particular salesperson, who was diminutive and
or the lack thereof,
would show up, and I would be ready. So I went in and I sat down, and the general manager, we'll call him Steve. Steve has at his Halloween parties full, like people in electric chairs. I mean, he would go all out as far as that goes. So it's very easy to look and go, okay, that's just a mannequin. So I went over and I sat on the couch and was still for about 25 minutes. Did not move for about 25 minutes. People would walk in and walk out, and I'd just be still. There's a couple of people caught on, like Hawk Harrison from B93.7. He was laughing his butt off because he saw me. He knew I was doing something. So I just sat there, and like I said, my wife knew what I was doing, so she just kept going. And then finally he came in and was standing there, and I would just move my eyes, move my head, and it was freaking him out. And then he moved to another room. I stood up and followed him. So it went on for probably about 15 to 20 minutes. I just followed him the rest of the party. And every time he turned around, I was standing there. And even though it's still, I still don't feel like we're even, I felt better doing that. And
it is good to inspire fear in one's enemies.
Isn't it?
It really is.
I'm not sure he ever figured out it was me. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right, we're going to take our final break.
Especially on the weak-minded.
We're going to take, I don't think he's weak-minded. I just think he he screwed me over is what he did. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we got plenty more Halloween stories and questions and all kinds of fun, nerdy stuff. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD.
I have finally fixed your contraption.
Good. Thank you. Did you use the Force?
Quite a lot of it.
Wow. As long as you don't hit it with a saber.
There's so much. I'm so drained right now.
That thing's like 25 years old or something like. It's not really, but it's pretty old.
Jeez.
Have you considered an upgrade?
And by the way, if you're,
is it?
If
Princess Bride is on Disney Plus.
Yes, it is.
Good. I'll watch it then.
If you're watching the stream,
well, y'all were supposed to provide it for me. It never did.
Well, no one believes you're going to watch it, so
exactly.
I'm gonna go watch it.
Why must you be provided
we're gonna watch,
the material?
Yes.
Tomorrow we're gonna watch The Burbs because my kids haven't seen The Burbs. And
that's the one with Tom Hanks in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are these Burbs?
We're gonna watch a whole bunch of Halloween movies. They've already watched both Hocus Pocuses.
By the way,
my wife likes those.
Princess Bride, I believe, is kid friendly.
My son likes Scream. He loves that.
Well,
movie.
then he's okay with Princess
Bride.
Oh
is
yeah,
definitely
100%,
fine.
man. My kid's not squeamish for his age.
Yeah, Chris, I don't want to know. It was not pleasant last time I looked.
He's poor kid. He's been sick all day, and it took my daughter because my daughter just lost her tooth. Took her to Five Below to get something for the $10 that she got for losing her teeth. Long story. I'll tell you why she got $10 later. But
I just assumed it was the tooth fairy.
Yeah, well,
adjusting for
actually got a funny story. But so like that's why when I went to Five Below, they had the Attack on Titan mangas there, and I got them for him. And dude, his face just lit up when I brought him home. He's like, Daddy, these books have cussing in them. I was like, yeah, just you can read them, don't say them. So I'm excited. He loves Attack on Titan. I'm so excited about that.
Speaking of which, I can't wait to see the granddaughter in her costume tomorrow.
Oh yeah, all my kids got theirs.
Or Monday rather.
I don't know what my daughters are going as, but I know my son's going as Scream.
Oh, just some guy just announced a tournament next weekend when he should know full well that the SC Arcadian is happening, which is the biggest, one of the biggest tournaments annually in South Carolina for Smash.
And you shall crush your opponents, correct?
Oh, since you talked about
I'm not a competitive player
movies, we'll come back and
anymore.
talk about favorite horror movie.
Not with arthritis. Not happening.
It should be childhood and regular.
I see.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
went
such thing
on
as a scary movie
Wednesday.
as an
I went
adult.
after work to hang with a
As
friend
a-
for
yeah,
a few
as
hours
a-
and
there's no
just
such thing as a
play
scary movie as an adult.
play
You've never
some
seen The
to try and get
Conjuring
back in the
or-
swing of it
Yeah,
ahead
it's
of
not.
the
It's
Arcadian.
not.
And
No.
literally
I mean,
Thursday,
once you
the
pass 30,
entire day,
there's-
and a
you
little bit into
shouldn't-
Friday,
you shouldn't be
my
afraid of
hands were
movies.
so unbelievably sore. Like it was just constant pain. All the way up through my
Yeah,
wrists.
we're going to be talking about that. That's on the list.
That's why I haven't. That's why I've been playing.
I probably
It's
should.
scary as crap, dude.
Have you looked at Scorn?
Huh?
Have you looked at Scorn?
No.
You should look at Scorn.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Look
you,
at Scorn.
you just look at it because you're not going to play it, but you can
No.
look at it.
Oh no, I'll play it.
No,
I'll
you
try to.
No, you
you
won't.
probably shouldn't play it.
You probably should not.
He and I both looked at it and went, nope.
That's a hard pass on my
dude,
end.
I gotta
It's-
try to stream it
It's
now.
disgusting looking. There's like arms coming out of things in weird places. It's on Game Pass. It's on Game Pass.
Yes. All right.
It's a brand new game. It came out like 2 weeks ago, I think.
All right. I'm gonna have to check it out then.
It's quite disgusting.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse on a rocking Halloween special right here on 106.3 WRD. We're having fun talking about a bunch of different Halloween things. If you want to be a part of the show, hit us up on the text line at 71307. I still don't understand about hitting us up, but that's what the kids say, so I'm going to say that.
Let's hit it up.
Yeah,
I say that.
Hit us up on it. Well, I mean, Tara and Charlie say that too. It's
hit us up.
it's a thing.
I don't know where it comes from.
Yeah,
but
that's it. That's what.
It's
Perhaps
just,
it
it's
is
just a reach out to
someone.
me.
I know it's a millennial thing.
Wasp
I
or
used to
whatever
say
or
that all
something.
the time.
So in the Nerd Cave, we have a lot of semantic arguments and also when wanting to know the origin of things. So when something like that happens, what we do is we look them up like crazy, and trying to find out where it's. He needs a mouse.
Oh,
There we go. Little inside baseball there. Sorry. So we when we hear something like this, we look up origins to try to find out why we say, in this case, hit us up on the text line, which some of you have done.
Oh yeah. All right. So Texter writes this is favorite candies.
By the way, Tim
I
is
can
not
find
wearing
them
his
out.
glasses. He's trying really hard though.
No, I'm good.
But his
Strawberry-
eyeliner's on point. It might actually help him focus.
Perhaps
So here's some favorite candies from texters. We got strawberry flavored Twizzlers. That's texter writes is the best candy on earth. We have black licorice jelly beans are the worst. Yeah,
Those are pretty. They're rough. They are.
Candied peanuts. Candied peanuts. Those orange things are the worst.
Yeah,
oh,
it's-
you're talking about candy corn.
No. It's the candy peanuts. They're about an inch long. They look like I think they're called like circus peanuts, and they're candy. And my mamaw absolutely loved those. So so I cannot go against those, especially when she would leave them out, and instead of the candy getting hardening, it got softer, which is weird. But I think they were mostly sugar also.
All right. Texter writes favorite candy payday. Least favorite Tootsie Rolls. Okay.
I agree with you, Texter.
I think a lot of
Tootsie Rolls are the root of all evil.
Yes. I think most people don't like candy that sticks to their teeth. I mean, there's a common thread to most of the candy that people don't like, and it's candy that sticks to your teeth.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. Texter writes, bring in the Daleks. Did I say that right?
Daleks. Yes.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, by the way, I just
Doctor Who thing.
Yeah, I just there's a mod on Fallout 4 for Daleks and for Cybermen.
Matthew, state exterminate.
I've got both of them.
Exterminate.
All right. Texter writes, guys.
Wait.
I figured
We got to point out how amazing that was. You don't get it, but that was just like I was scared for a second.
Oh, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
That's your costume for next year.
All right. Texter writes, guys.
That would be a hard one.
Both riders lost control of their dragons. Yes, I agree. Both of them did. And that's part of that just means that not all dragons are like the dragons in the original Game of Thrones.
Perhaps they should have seen. Perhaps they should have seen the informational documentary known as How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah. All right. Text writes is my favorite text on this screen. Guys, Attack on Titan rules. I wholeheartedly agree with
Absolutely.
Okay, I just don't want to watch large naked men.
that. They're not. Oh my god.
You said it was large naked. It's just like giant kaiju or whatever.
Yeah,
and
but
they're
it's
naked.
not like showing like.
I think you
Like
pointed
it's not
out
like
that they were,
but they're not. Would you explain to them the Titan bodies?
Just
They
picturing,
materialize.
Yeah, okay. So there's no dangling, knocking down the buildings.
Unfortunately, not. I'm
What?
sorry.
No.
Okay, because I mean they're giant and they. All right, what's the next?
I would
text?
imagine that would be quite dangerous.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, that would be something to watch out
What
for.
a way to
All right.
go. You just look outside
Text-
your window, and
Yeah.
then that's coming after
Yeah.
you.
Texter writes, guys, my favorite costume was Darth Maul. My wife did a great job on the makeup. Yeah.
You'd have to
anything
have
Darth Maul is awesome.
Well, you'd
I
have to have someone
approve.
help you. I don't think you could do Darth Maul on your own, looking in the mirror. Someone
No,
definitely
you
would have
couldn't.
to help
Somebody would have to have. Yeah. All right. Texter
Now I hear
writes,
Duel of Fates in
my
my mind.
costume is a healing preacher for Halloween. Well, that's cool. Hey, man, to each his own. Texter writes, dark chocolate candy with hazelnuts must be their favorite. That's actually sounds wonderful.
Anything dark chocolate, which is supposed to be healthy for you, but that's just
Anything with the word chocolate in it.
this is
good.
people's reasoning for eating chocolate. By the way, Chris on the stream says Cam is scaring me. He's scaring us all.
I don't think Cam should scare anybody because he's lacking in Twitter clout.
I don't know why this is your running joke for the night.
It's been pretty funny.
Because-
Yes, it's been absolutely
Because we started talking about it
nonsensical.
before the show, so I'm running with it.
All right.
You just sound like some desperate millennial influencer.
All right. So the text line is running crazy. Keep going, Tim.
All right, Texter writes, I'm down to 2 right here.
Is it like Hulkamania?
Texter writes, healing preacher costume for Halloween. Laugh out loud. I'm assuming that they're laughing that they have a healing preacher costume, which you shouldn't laugh at other people's costumes, man.
So what is the Benny Hinn?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Benny Hinn costume.
Yeah. All right. So, and last but certainly not least, Texter writes, caramel candy corn rocks, period. And I'm sorry, I have to disagree with that.
So if you look at the outline, one of the things that I have in there is number 9, if you will, says, does candy corn get a bad rap? And I would say yes. I think candy corn is like that popular music group that people decide we're not going to listen to them anymore, like what happened to Hootie and the Blowfish. I think that's the same. I think candy corn is Hootie. Candy corn is Hootie and the Blowfish. Without a doubt, it is because candy corn is good, and people decided this is really good. And some snotty kid went, I don't like candy corn, and then everybody else said, you know what? I don't like candy corn either. So then everyone decided to go up against candy corn, and Hootie and the Blowfish rocks.
No. See, that's not how it works. See, what happens is you take the candy corn, when you put it in your mouth, this god awful taste starts to like circulate throughout your entire mouth. And that's why they're gross.
So I disagree.
Honestly, I feel like
Hey,
candy
we're
corn.
all entitled to our own opinions, even if they are wrong.
Exactly. Exactly.
I feel like candy corn is like that 4 at a party that you just kind of pass
Texter
over.
writes,
Exactly.
is kinda
Candy corn is
depressing.
gross.
Texter writes, I don't like candy.
Okay. All right.
I'm so sorry.
It's a hard life,
How
but
could you?
choose what you choose.
Candy is just makes things better. It's almost like ice cream.
That's evil, and that's me saying that.
Yes. Tones on the stream says dark chocolate is gross. It depends on, I forget how dark chocolate is measured.
Dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is
there
like
are
the
different
original chocolate.
There are different things because Chris and
like
I
pure cacao or whatever it
yeah.
is, the purity or whatever.
Yeah,
I think.
and Chris and I went and got like the
cacao,
the worst one of the cacao. It is cacao.
Oh, okay.
Cacao. That sounds like a bird thing. And it was we couldn't eat it because it was so
It's bitter.
Yeah, it was very bitter. And it makes you go, this is an abomination towards chocolate.
Yeah. I don't like dark chocolate.
It should be melted and poured somewhere. I don't know, like on Palpatine.
Pour some sugar on me.
All right, you're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WRD. We will be continuing live with our Halloween special during the news, so make sure you check it out on our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter pages. Yeah, all those. And on the text line, 71307. What's your favorite candy? What's your worst candy? What is your favorite costume?
We all know it's mine. I'm rocking it.
Uh-oh. He's letting the hair down. Letting the hair down.
I'm just fixing it because it's my eyes. I need to get a haircut.
I do believe that that's a new.
I say
Oh, without a doubt, it's a Halloween movie. But no. There was a little bit of hesitation in there.
You
There was,
have my
there was some
permission.
silence and there was some panic. But you got music on. Good save. But the mistake was still made. The mistake was still made.
You only lose one
It's-
hand.
It's Halloween, so it's not a noob though. It's a noob.
That's very true.
When I do that, like sometimes I accidentally hit the button. Have you ever done that? Like you accidentally hit the button twice?
I'm perfect in every way.
Yes, you have. I think we've all done that.
I
just
haven't.
hate when I do that.
I also have not.
Well, I've actually been on the board though.
I have other people press buttons for me.
I haven't been on the board very much, but
You shouldn't say that. Say that very loud. You never know who's listening. About being on the board.
There are ears
well, I was,
and eyes.
no, as in when I was trained.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Tim doesn't have his cutlass because he stuck it in someone's gullet.
It was a rather sizable gullet.
He can borrow my sword, though. Got me a sword right here. Got one of them things right on it. It's got a. Is that a tooth?
When did
I don't
you
know.
become country?
My turrets happen every once in a while. I can't help it. So it's
that
got like a
running
tooth
gag.
on the bottom, which I don't know how effective that would be with the length of it. I would think it would need to be a little bit longer to actually do some damage.
Are you referring to the tooth at the end of the pobble?
I am. I know you can't see it, but you can probably sense it.
I can. It feels malicious. And yes, it would require a little bit more length for it to be considered deadly.
I get that.
Hey, it's
I get
not
that,
about-
Trey, but man, that's just straight up sugar, dude.
Do not go for the
And-
low-hanging
and
fruit,
whoever thought,
Matthew.
you know what? Here's what we're going to do for the kids. We're going
You
to put
fool.
sugar in a package and give
I
you
am
some
a
sour
man
candy.
of Twitter clout.
So you
Low
can just
hanging fruit
dip
is
it.
the only thing I know.
I don't even know what
There's
you
about to be
are.
a fracas in here, a brouhaha.
Very few can understand the power that I wield.
Did it work?
There's only
Okay,
one
cool.
true power.
It's actually pretty good.
That is of the dark side. That trumps Twitter clout.
I'm a
Twitter clout is under
if
the
anybody
umbrella
has an
of the
Alexa,
dark
tell her
side.
to play Pirate
you
Core.
fool!
It's
Is it-
actually really good music.
Is it rapping?
You seem
though?
to
Is it-
misunderstand the
like-
power of Twitter clout usurps any
You
Rock
might
and
have
power
added
you
roll,
to
might
it, Trey.
it's
feel
like the
you
rock and
see
roll
within the
version
dark
of
side. But the
today,
dark side is merely a
pirate song.
stepping stone to true power.
that pirate
The
vibe.
power.
A pirate vibe, like what you're giving
To
off right
act.
now.
Well, not yeah.
Any
but like,
celebrity
Should've
you
touched up
want.
your eyeliner. It's fading.
Is it?
And maybe sometimes have them respond
Yeah,
with
I
a
look
witty
great on
comment.
eyeliner, man.
I do believe that you've missed. The whole
That's a
point
good
of-
question, Tones. I don't know.
That's
Uh,
two conflicting statements.
Do you guys know that they still
Stating
make
that
pixie
Twitter
sticks?
clout actually
I
trumps
think
the
they
dark
do,
side. You're
yeah.
saying that it trumps
Which
the
is basically the
category
dip
in
thing,
which
but
it
it's in
falls
the
within.
and it's
Dude, I used
know what I'm
It is-
saying?
it is but a
what I'm-
subset.
but
know
it's
what
in
I'm
a
saying
paper thing. I
is
can't
that
touch
there's
paper
like
and
the dark
cardboard.
side,
That's kind of
and
weird.
you've got like
man,
a
there
bunch
was
of
a
stuff
way
you
you
can
could
do that,
do it.
and Twitter
You had to
kind of
open it, and then you had
gets
to
in there
twist it out a
sometimes,
little bit,
but
and
like
it would fall
it
in your
then
mouth.
Yeah,
goes
I
to the
think-
top and
diagram.
is like better.
No,
If I touched the
You
cardboard to
misunderstand.
my
It's within
lips
the
to
circle.
do
It's
that,
within
and it
the
would get
boundary.
wet, and it would just make me want
If
to
the dark
hurt somebody.
side is the bowl,
Yeah.
Twitter clout is within the soup.
But you seem to misunderstand the fact that Twitter clout usurps all sense of logic.
I think the fact that you keep
I would
trying to
apologize for
state
two
that I
different
don't
conversations
understand
going
is
on, but you know.
undermining your own meaning of.
I think the fact that you're just an old man who doesn't get the hip
They're
ways
having,
that we
like,
have now with the
imaginary
youth,
argument.
No,
I
they're
think
not.
that's your issue.
They're
Why are you
in-
doing
in
that
character,
voice?
Sam.
I don't know.
So that makes it an imaginary argument.
It's
It's
weird.
not, though.
Don't mock me.
Wait a minute. I need to
Somebody look up and see
certainly
if,
don't
see if
at
Pixie
me.
Sticks still exist.
They do. I'm telling you, my
Well,
I haven't seen them in years.
Let's confirm them. A listener asked. We would like. I want it confirmed. That's all.
Are they the same as death sticks?
Basically.
No one's doing what I ask. It's just like it's like life.
I looked up Hit Me Up. It's a thing from 90s hip hop culture with pagers specifically.
No. Pixie Sticks.
Well, yeah, I get that, but I was also saying the previous thing that we were saying.
Oh, Hit Me Up. No. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm slow, but I got what you're saying.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had that tab open for a while.
There's a lot.
So you're saying that Tara and Charlie are using rap slang?
Basically.
Okay, cool. Susie looked it up for us and says
Susie.
they have them at Wilson's 5 and Dime. I don't want any. Just someone asked for some.
Oh, we got a bunch of new tags.
Cool. Have the video game intro ready. We're going to cover some text, talk a little more Halloween stuff, and then we're going to find out what Matthew's doing next week.
I am doing the thing next week.
He's doing the thing. We're going to talk about the thing.
Pretty cool.
Will you do the thing?
The thing doesn't do him. He does the thing.
I wasn't assuming that.
Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here, along with. All right, no, I am Lonzo, Lord of Court Gray. Probably don't have that kind of accent though. I'm basically a Nord from Skyrim. That's what I am. I mean, if you created a character in Skyrim, it's me. If you went with the Nord race, it's absolutely me. That's where the face paint came from. That's where it's in honor of it, I created another character in Skyrim last night just cause. I like doing that.
So I'm still waiting on one last mod to finally update. Dynamic animation replacer still needs to be updated, and I can finally play again.
How many weeks have you been waiting on this?
He'll wait forever on that. Chris says Nords are the best. Yes, we are. Tim is dressed as a pirate. He is a Dread Pirate. Tim.
Dreadlock Tim.
Yeah, just because we mentioned Dread Pirate and he changed it.
Let the spite flow through you.
It already has. Cameron today is.
I thought you were about to quote Drowning Pool for a second.
I told you so.
And Matthew's wearing a cape.
He's Super Matthew.
I have the most creative, amazing costume imaginable. You see, today I am not just Matthew. I am Matthew, but with a cape.
There you go. I mean, when you look at Matthew, you think there's no way that dude can upgrade. Then he puts on a cape.
Yeah, I did.
Tone says the nerd race. Yes, that's me. The nerd race. That's me from Skyrim.
Actually, nerd isn't a race. It's actually a thing that you a social group.
Quiet, nerd.
All right, Chris wants to know: is Cam part of the worm cult?
The worm cult.
I do believe that could be a possibility.
What is a worm cult?
Necromancers.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? So bringing back the dead and using them for nefarious reasons, that's cool?
They're often...
Would cloning
be
considered an act of necromancy?
Let's be honest.
No.
Let's be honest.
Because you got to use living cells to clone.
Let's be honest here.
So it's not bringing back the dead, right? Look, we're having a scientific
I have
argument.
a question about that.
Okay, all right.
Whether or not you are a nerd or not, if you had magical powers that could bring the dead back to life, would you not at least do it once?
Well, find a lot of death row.
Hit me up on the
inmates
text line.
That, beat it.
All right, so back to the argument. You have to use living cells to clone, right? Unless it's Jurassic Park.
Unless it's Jurassic Park necromancy.
Yes. Because
it's very scientific.
No, actually, if I remember, were those cells from that mosquito actually alive, or they found a way to?
No idea.
So anyway, Jay says Rob Zombie. Okay.
Yeah, Rob Zombie. Awesome guy.
Yeah. Quote some Rob Zombie.
Huh?
Exactly.
House of a Thousand Corpses.
Bro. See, you do know he was a musician.
He's
for
going
sure.
to
Yes, I knew that.
ditches.
Dragula, whatever. I don't even know how to say that.
I don't know how to say it either. I think it's
Is it Dragula or Dracula?
I think it's Dragula. I think it has to do with a vampire who's a crossdresser. I'm just guessing. Dragula.
Dig through the ditches.
I don't know. I've
Swim through the trenches.
I've never really heard the song before.
I like your interpretation.
I take that back.
song,
I've heard the music from it because I made a bumper bed out of it because I was told to.
That's a fun phrase.
No, it's
bumper bed.
dig through the witches is what it is.
You know, that also reminds me. What is your favorite satanic band, Tim?
Slipknot.
There we go.
That was a very quick answer.
it was a quick answer.
Yeah.
Here's my answer. I don't have one. How about you, Matthew? What's your favorite
going on with
satanic
my
band?
feather?
I have no idea what qualifies as a satanic band, so I can't really say.
My feather.
Yeah, don't tear up the feather,
I'm
man.
not. It's just been doing it.
Yeah,
I haven't
it looks
touched-
like it looks like you're pulling it out a little bit.
Yeah, I think you are. Maybe if you took the hat off, then just he earned that feather. Don't tear that feather up, man.
Oh,
If I might answer,
Yes. Go ahead. Palpatine, favorite satanic band.
well, considering that in most interpretations of the story of Star Wars, I'm kind of technically the Satan figure, my jazz band, the Coruscant Courtesans, might qualify as that.
All right. A couple messages on the stream. Chris says, so Lonzo, as a Nord, do you prefer sword or axe? I'm more of an axe guy. I'm more of a sword guy, but I use the bow a lot because there's nothing like a headshot from a long distance. And I
Skyrim combat is fairly
or a
clunky,
headshot, Tim.
which is one of the reasons why the bow feels the nicest to use.
Well, no, I think it's more of the slow-mo headshot. I just always thought that was kind of cool.
I've gotten sick of the kill cams because it just interrupts everything I'm trying to do.
You just try to kill everything that I love, Matthew.
I
just
prefer
want you
to
to
use
know that.
lightning spells.
Wait a minute. What game are we
I think
talking
the real
about?
Skyrim.
The real
Skyrim,
evil
they have
one is
kill
sitting right over
cams
there.
and
Yes.
headshots on Skyrim.
Yeah, they had them before any game that you
What?
play. They had them before.
They had
any
them
game.
before Call of Duty because
Yes.
we have that. In
Well,
Call
it's
of
not
Duty.
headshots; it's just kill cams. It's a critical hit thing.
That's how I got my name. on
And
Call
by
of
the way, none of the kill cams are as good
Duty.
as
By all of that.
the sniper games are the best ones because they actually show it entering and then it shows what it's
I
puncturing.
mean, I like
you
in
can-
Skyrim
you can
when you do
see
these
a
unarmed
lot
kill
of that.
cams because you just suplex them.
You can see a lot of that.
I
With
just like
Lonzo
that
was
you
just
know what a
talking
suplex
on my
is.
stream, which is also streaming on Upstate Pulse now.
You know, which we're going to get to in just a moment. Before we do that, we have more texts at 71307.
We sure do. All right. So texter writes, let me get where I left off. There it is. Guys, the white tips on candy corn is extra sweet. So I guess that person likes candy corn.
Another
I'm
person
so sorry
can be
for
wrong.
them.
Texter writes, chocolate is for dark chocolate is wait, what? Chocolate is that's literally what it says. Chocolate is for dark chocolate is measured by the amounts of coca in it.
Cacao.
It's coca.
It's cacao.
By the way, I really don't like bitter chocolate.
Yeah. So
okay.
By the way, your text was well written. Tim can't see. All right, continue, Tim, if you can.
What did I say it wrong?
No, it's okay. Keep
Okay.
reading.
All right.
We're enjoying your whatever it is.
Struggle.
My struggle without glasses. All right.
Because
Texter-
pirates don't wear glasses, apparently.
Texter, yeah, that's right, man. Texter writes, my best costume is a head to toe gown with black gloves with a Reaper mask with glowing eyes that slowly come on and slowly go out. It tends to freak people out.
Oh, that sounds cool. That really does sound cool.
That does sound really
especially in a dark room and you know, if you're not moving a whole lot, then suddenly you move and you see the eyes. Oh, that's cool.
Ooh,
Texter writes, when y'all run the Paul Pelosi, oh, that's political stuff. We can't talk about that, right? All right. Texter writes, Cracula. Nice. Black Sabbath, Texter said, and guys, Dragula is homage to the Monsters car, which I actually knew.
Okay, and Tone says Captain Hook had glasses.
He did. That's true. He had reading glasses.
Yeah, he
and
did.
don't forget about Living Dead Girl. Yeah.
What?
You told me to quote Rob Zombie.
Oh,
I
okay.
quoted Dragula and Living Dead Girl.
What?
Yes, but now you're quoting things that
and
you don't
House
know.
of a Thousand Corpses. Which is a movie.
What? All right. So
How can
speaking
a
of
house have
movies,
1,000 corpses
what is
within
the
it?
what? All right. Tim and I had a discussion on the stream about whether there is such a thing as a scary movie as an adult. We'll argue about that in a moment. The scariest movie as a kid.
Scariest movie as a kid? The Ring.
All right, Matthew. Scariest movie as a kid.
I never watched scary movies. I don't like scary movies.
Okay, there you go. Palpatine.
Return of the Jedi. Everything was going so well, and then the plot twist at the end.
All right, so
yeah, but Ryan Johnson hooked you up in that other movie.
The scariest movie
was
for me
JJ.
as a kid. Keep in mind that that I am a lot older than everyone in this room. So the scariest movie for me as a kid was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And here's the thing: wasn't supposed to be watching it, but my mom would take us to the drive-in.
Really?
My mom would take us to the drive-in every Friday or Saturday, sometimes both days, and would tell us to not look at the screen, just stay in the back seat and look at the back seat. But of course we did.
Okay, I must be demented because slashers do not scare me. I actually really enjoy watching slashers.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original this was before slashers, and you can't really slash with a chainsaw. The other thing
But,
is,
I mean, it's still classified as a slasher.
No, because it was out before slashers happened.
Oh, was
Slashers didn't really start till like the 80s, and I think
Would you not qualify the Texas Chainsaw Massacre as a slasher?
no,
Why not?
Because a chainsaw cannot slash.
Well, okay, but my
can,
idea
technically,
of a
it can.
all right.
between a
So
slasher.
we have a news person in this room. If the news person would please look up the very first slasher movie and let us know what it is. All right. So, by the way, Chris says as a kid it was Alien.
Ooh, that one was
Psycho
scary
is considered
too.
to be the first slasher movie.
Psycho. Okay, so I'm wrong. So Psycho was the first. Psycho was out a long time before any of that stuff.
Alien, that ranks right up there with
Yeah.
The Ring to me too. because
Alien, I don't
it
consider
scared me too when I was a kid.
I don't consider Alien a horror movie. It's a sci-fi movie.
What's a sci-fi horror?
Yeah, I just consider it a sci-fi movie.
It's a hybrid.
All right, for the most part, alien races in movies are evil and want to kill us. Not everybody's ET. There's always some alien that wants to kill us. So I think sci-fi is not horror. If you disagree, text us at 71307. All right, as an adult,
like the Geonosians.
As an adult, Tim, what movie scares you the most?
As an adult,
Yes.
If I had to pick one, I guess it would be like The Conjuring or something.
All right, so supernatural,
Or maybe Insidious.
supernatural type movies, or
Yeah, like demonics and
Yeah.
possession stuff is what freaks me out the most.
All right, so Matthew doesn't like horror movies, so
I
I
don't
can't
like horror
really,
movies.
I can't really ask him. All right,
I've seen a funny horror movie though that
But
was
they- but
unintentionally
honestly-
funny. Back in college, we did a horror movie night around Halloween, and one of the movies that we watched was it was called Most Likely to Die. It was really bad, but it was basically a guy dressed up in a graduation gown, and he was hunting down old high school people and killing them based on their high school superlatives. And I remember it was hilarious because he took the graduation crown hat,
the cap, yes.
the cap, and they had little spikes on it. And in one scene, he threw it like a ninja star. And it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I gotta admit,
because it decapitated a guy when he did it. Like, it was the most over-the-top stupid thing I've ever seen.
That sounds pretty cool, actually. I might have to check that out. All right, Emperor.
I'd like to follow that up with The Rise of Skywalker.
Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, so
But honestly, like scary movies don't do it for me much.
the scariest movie for me as an adult is none, because there's no such thing as a scary movie as an adult, because I watch movies now as a movie critic. I look for effects. I look for all those things. Jump scares don't count, because jump scares are just they got me. But I'm not scared. It just, it made me jump a little.
Well, honestly, I just picked one.
I don't go look under the bed or anything like that. As a teenager, Friday the 13th Part 2 scared me to death. And all my friends. It did. And my stepdad at the time, back when you could ride in the back of a truck without, it being against the law, which it should have been the whole time, but it wasn't at the time. So we were in the back of the truck.
Oh yeah, I used to ride in the back.
Would
of my dad's
drive
truck.
really slow next to the
that's
bushes
illegal?
and stuff. And
Yeah.
it was, and also when I was 17, I think, the scariest movie I've ever seen still is Prince of Darkness. And because it's a John Carpenter movie and the devil is an alien in the basement of a church. And it has Alice Cooper in it.
I mean, I would have to say, like, I just picked one because, you know, we were talking about movies, but ever since I started playing horror video games, scary movies just don't do it for me anymore. They're not scary to me at all. Like,
All right,
scary
so
video games is like what freaks me out the most for whatever reason.
I think you said a key word, and we're going to get to that after the break. We're going to come back and talk video games, including scary video games, and what Matthew is doing next weekend. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD, continuing live on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and Twitter, and on our text line at 71307. Yeah, I remember Night Stalker. I watched that too as a kid.
I will also say that the Boss Nass documentary was quite terrifying as well.
And Tones, that's hilarious, but I'm not going to read that.
I must be
it's
weird
a little out of taste.
because, like, when it comes to like slashers, like Jason and Freddy Krueger, I'm usually rooting for Jason.
Yeah, you're
Freddy
not
Krueger. Like, I don't.
You're
care
not
about the
weird.
people.
During the time when those came out, they turned into that to the point where they stopped making them because it went against what they were supposed to be. When you're cheering for the kills, then that's not what the movie was supposed to be.
Well, then they evolved into things like Saw and.
Which I've never seen Saw because it's too realistic. If I'm going to watch a horror movie,
Dude,
it's just
Saw
like
is. If you like thrillers,
yeah, but I don't like things that can really happen.
I like psych thrillers. I love
Yeah.
them.
To me, a
And,
movie should be something that can't happen.
I'll tell you another good psych thriller that didn't get a lot of clout when it came out, but it's still really good.
Don't use that
It's called
word.
Frailty.
Come back with a video game.
All right.
Okay.
Frailty it's got Bill Paxton in it and Matthew McConaughey, and it's really, really good. One of my favorite movies.
I went through a period of time where I couldn't watch anything horror because my wife can't handle any of it. So I'd have to watch by myself. You know,
horror, man.
I'd have to watch by myself late at night.
Kia's the one that got me into horror. She's the one, like, because I used to be like it too. I was like, I don't want to watch it, and I like, you know, I didn't want to tell her I was scared, but I was, like, you know. So I just started forcing myself to watch it with her, and I ended up really getting into them.
I'm the guy who watches it and then leaves balloons by people's beds. They don't like that.
Not like me. I would do that to one of my kids.
Oh no, I did do it. I did do that. So it's not like, you know, I'm kind of like I was that guy.
I owe my son a jump scare because he scared the crap out of me one night. He thinks I forgot about it, and I haven't. And I just have it. I want to scare him like 10 times harder because, like, you know,
Yeah,
he got me. He got me good.
don't cause him to have therapy later on in life.
I'm not. It's just
Trey says, I know it's lame, but Watcher in the Woods made me kind of paranoid as a kid. I felt like something like the Elephant Man was hiding behind trees in the woods near my house. Thing is, the Elephant Man was hiding behind the trees. He didn't move very fast, so you're all right.
Oh,
he's the Elephant Man. He just, I mean, you know.
That's why you should always
unless you were really
practice
close to
good
those trees.
cardio.
And, you know, I never would have thought as a kid, because I grew up in the city, that I'd ever live in the woods where some of those things could be filmed and might actually take place right now. I mean, I don't know. Some weird noises out there. That's all I'm saying.
Just make sure you don't investigate.
Yeah, that's it. No.
A cardinal
Ain't no
sin.
investigating. There ain't no, I hear a noise, I go in the house and look out the window. I don't go, gee, what is that? It's like, no, I don't want to know what that is. I'm going to go in there where I think I'm safe. I
Good.
might be. I might not be.
Please don't be an opening kill on Supernatural.
Yeah, I don't want to be an opening kill on any movie.
I want to be an open and kill or a side character.
I'm okay with being an NPC as long as I'm the annoying one.
Matthew, have you ever seen the side character memes and stuff like on YouTube? You should look it up. It's hilarious. It's like people wake up and realize that they're the side character. It's funny.
All right, it's time for talk some video games. We're going to get to some scary video games, and also Tim's going to talk about Call of Duty. Saying duty just feels weird to me.
Call of Duty.
Duty.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Hey, fellas, you gonna play Call of Duty tonight? I'm gonna be on there. So Matthew has something really cool that he's doing next week, and he's going to talk about this because we play games. Matthew gets out there among them.
I do. I get among. Some might say I get among us.
I find that to be very sus.
Yeah, I got it.
That was okay.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was a really bad joke. But
our audience loved it though. So you're all right.
So next weekend I'm going to be heading out to the South Carolina Arcadian, which is one of the largest fighting game tournaments in the state every year. I was at it last year as well. I actually ran the live stream for Smash Ultimate last year, and I'm going to be doing the same thing with that this year, but I'm also going to compete a little bit just for fun. But so the thing about the SC Arcadian is it's a bit of a unique kind of tournament because basically the premise is that anybody can enter except the people who have been PR'd at any point on the state level PR. And PR stands for Power Rankings. It's basically the top 10 or so players in the state. So those players cannot enter the main bracket. There's a couple of side brackets they can join in on, but the main bracket is non-PR'd players to give them a chance to shine a little bit more as well. And normally there's well over 100 people that'll sign up. 2 of the top 5 largest tournaments that we've ever seen in the state have been past Arcadians. So it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to, if anyone actually cares about Smash Brothers tournaments and wants to watch, we'll most likely be streaming it on the Golden Chick Boys with a Z on Twitch. So that's where you'd be able to find that. But that's going to be on Saturday.
Why did that make me think of the Dixie Chicks?
I don't know.
Maybe you just like the Dixie Chicks.
No, because
Perhaps
the Dixie Chicks are evil. That's why
they are.
So
fully converted to the dark side.
Is this tournament something you can go and watch live, or is it better to just watch it on the stream?
It is in Columbia, so unless you want to go down to Columbia,
some people might want to go to
Columbia. If you want to, I mean, you could. I don't know if there's a fee to get in and watch. I don't believe so. If I'm remembering correctly, but yeah, if you wanted to, I don't remember where it is in Columbia. I don't remember.
Probably
but,
one of the
you can literally
centers?
look up SC Arcadian on start.gg to find the tournament. Start.gg is a tournament website kind of thing. It's just a database and a way to make it easier for people to sign up and keep track of everything with tournaments. But yeah.
All right. So we know that Matthew films these, but he subtly underneath mentioned that he's going to be playing some.
I'll play a little bit. There's a few different brackets.
Do you mean you play till you lose? Is that what you mean when you say play
it's
a little
double
bit?
elimination.
Okay,
I'm not
right.
going to win. I'm not competitive anymore. I used to play at a pretty semi-competitive level back in college, but I got out of the game and then arthritis and stuff like that. I can't really get back into it anymore without just absolutely destroying my hands.
Young Matthew.
So
let me train you in the ways of Smash Bros.
No.
That was a very quick answer. You didn't even let me get on the whole build-up thing.
Well, that's
At
cool.
least Luke
so
let me expound a bit.
you did. So I'm guessing you won't be here next week.
I will not be here next
Okay.
week.
So the following week, hopefully he'll be able to tell us how everything went.
Oh, yeah.
Matthew's going to come back and say, I didn't mean to, but I won. That's what he's going to say.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
I am. So one of the brackets that I'm going to compete in is doubles, which is a 2v2 instead of the normal 1v1. I'm going to do that with a buddy of mine. And I've had a running thing with the doubles brackets that I've entered of getting into top 8 solely because there was only 8 teams. So I'm really hoping I think we have to win 2 matches to hit top 8 because there's 16 teams. But it might just be 1 win, but I'm pretty sure we have to get 2 wins and we'll get top 8 and I'll get unnecessary bragging rights on Twitter.
Well, there you go. Bragging rights are never unnecessary. They are definitely always necessary.
It's not unnecessary. I mean, unearned.
All right. So speaking of
Sometimes it's the best kind.
necessary, Tim's been going crazy about some new game that just came out. I think I saw a commercial for it, and when we picked up some pizzas from Little Caesars earlier, and everything's green at Little Caesars for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, so what is this previously unheard of game, Tim?
Call of Duty Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022. Yeah.
They're really running out of names, aren't they?
Yeah, because there's already a Modern Warfare 2 that existed that came out in 2009. So
yeah, I'm aware of it. I like the survival kind of mode.
That's with the number 2. Okay, that's with the number 2. This one is with the Roman numeral 2,
which is still a number.
And then 2022 after that.
You know. Did you know that a Roman numeral is a number in a different language?
Yeah,
it's still a number though.
It's Roman.
Right.
I'm so proud of you
it's
for
Greek.
recognizing that, Tim.
It's
I
Greek.
I'm so proud
this
of you.
conversation.
Anyways,
so much.
Great game. The gameplay is very smooth. I've been enjoying playing it. I'm leveling up my guns right now, and you can also view me playing it on the Upstate Pulse when I stream live, because I'm streaming live to New Wave Gaming. But I also figured out a way to stream live to there, plus the Upstate Pulse's Facebook page. So, yeah, if you would like to check that out, check out some of the gameplay. There are some videos already posted. There's some campaign videos, and the last one I did has some of the campaign, and then towards the end is the multiplayer. So if you would like to check that out and you're thinking about buying the game, you haven't bought it yet, go ahead and check that out. Leave a like and a comment. Let me know that you were there.
Hey, man, what if they want to play with you?
If you would like to play with me, you can add me on Xbox. You just type in Headshot Tim, HEAD, all one word, lowercase, Headshot Tim. Yeah.
There you go. If you want to play with Tim, I can get on there and school him and show him how it's done.
Oh, yeah. Let's see you try.
There you go. Challenge out there. All right.
I am competitive.
We did not notice.
We have continued to play a little more of Gotham Knights. We found our first glitch where there was a lady minion, thug, whatever, stuck in a doorway. We could hit her with every single move that we could come up with as Nightwing and Red Hood, including combo moves, and she just wouldn't die.
She was meditating in midair,
yes, she was,
cross-legged with her gun across her lap.
bat.
No, we did that. We threw everything in our arsenal,
not a star,
including
it's a bat.
kitchen sink.
So we had, actually, Red Hood uses guns, and nothing worked.
Not be shot.
So what we finally had to do is we had to reboot the game. So they're saying that they're going to be fixing some bugs in the first thing when they send it out, but I don't know. We bought the game, paid $70 for the game, so we're going to beat the game because you pay that much money. Now, could they fix it? Yes. Here's how they could fix it. For one thing, it's not going to be like the Arkham games. It's not going to be as smooth as those. They could fix it if you could lock onto your opponent. I think that would help, because then the camera would move with you instead of you trying to, hit the guy in front of you. And I know it's more realistic to not see the guy behind you, but if you're playing as Nightwing, you should be able to move acrobatically, which he does do. But if you play the Arkham games, when Batman's in the middle of fighting a group of guys, he can move so fluid between opponents. And you think that this game is going to be that way, and it is not. The story's not bad. Some of the things are pretty cool on it. I talked about this last week. I'm going to talk about it again. You cannot wreck a bat cycle, no matter how much you try. You can
those big tires on it.
Yeah, you can put that throttle down and run into a wall of a building, and you just stop. That's all you do. You stop. You don't splat against the wall. You can't wreck the other guy. I try to wreck Red Hood all the time. Cannot wreck Red Hood. It just kind of goes kink when you hit it, and that's it. And
thankfully, you cannot wreck Red Hood.
So to the degree where there's no sense of being afraid of anything while you're going full on in the middle of traffic, because if you run into something, nothing's going to happen.
I would also state that one of the detriments to this video game is that it lacks weight. The weight of the punch of which you apply to some gangster. It lacks that.
It does, and I get that, but at the same time, you're not playing as Batman, and Batman is more heavy-handed than, except for maybe Red Hood. He's more heavy-handed than the majority of his family.
Yeah,
so,
dude, he's a ninja.
He was, but he's dead in this game, supposedly. We'll find out at the end of the game. So anyway, if you were thinking right now, if you were thinking of buying Gotham Knights and you hadn't, don't. That's all I'm saying. Don't. We already spent the money. Can't get the money back. So we're gonna beat this thing, and who knows? Maybe there will be some improvements. I would ask everyone what they're playing. We already know what Tim's playing. We're already
also playing Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, there we go. He's also playing Kingdom Hearts. Matthew, what are you playing?
Well, hopefully as soon as that final mod updates, I can finally play Skyrim again. But in the meantime, I'm playing a little bit, as much as my hands will allow, of Smash Brothers Ultimate and Rivals of Aether ahead of the Arcadian next weekend. So
Yeah, you got to practice. You got to get
I also
ready.
started
Gotta
Edge
practice
of
a little bit.
Eternity too. I forgot to mention.
Yeah, you said it was a cool game. I don't even know what it is.
It's turn-based. It's
Is
an
it?
older game.
Okay.
It's turn-based RPG. So it's a lot like Final Fantasy 10 and 9. It
Gotcha.
actually has the sphere grid, just like Final
Oh yeah,
Fantasy 10.
I love Spear Grids. All right, Emperor Palpatine, what are you playing?
I am playing a few games. Total War Warhammer 3, The Immortal Empires, as well as Bannerlord, Mountain Blade 2. I like expanding my empires, playing the political game, playing them all for fools.
And probably doing quite well. Chris on the stream says, I want to try Subnautica.
That too looks like a fun game.
Subnautica? What is that?
It's an underwater game, reminiscent of any sort of any sort of survival game.
Underwater.
Underwater.
All right, so
I couldn't play that.
I'm playing Gotham Knights. I'm still playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I have to take breaks every once in a while because it's a really big map.
That game would give me a panic
Yeah,
attack.
and it's I'm level 50, which I thought was a level cap, but apparently it's not because I just hit 51. I thought it was a cap. There was a cap, but I don't know if there is now. But I am just tearing everything up now. So, and I'm also playing Dragon Ball Dokkan, which I will play forever on my phone. I'm going to reach level 500 eventually. I'm like at 497. It just takes a while. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to hit the round table. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD. Woo, it's hot.
It is quite toasty. Not gonna lie, it's probably very rank under these robes.
Probably
Like a
is.
fetid marsh.
A fetid marsh. Yeah, that's I didn't
Not
want
a
to think
lot
about
of
that.
grass, but a lot of water.
You said you get scared by video games. Why do you? It's because you get into it and you're just.
Yeah, no, it's because
Due
when
to
you're watching I
immersion.
think what it is when you're watching a movie, you're kind of forced to go where they're going.
See, I think
you know what I'm saying. Like, but if you're playing a video game, it's you creeping around that corner. It's you.
I get
going
it if you're in
into that
VR.
room.
In VR, I completely get it because.
But it's
Well,
I
even
can only
outside of
imagine
VR,
in
there's a
VR.
level of immersion.
I can
for
only
sure.
imagine in VR, but like at least when you're sitting there and you're playing the game, it's like I don't know if I want to go in there. Oh, gotta go in there. Like I know I gotta go in there, and like it just it amps up the nerves a little bit.
I think. Well, I'm trying to think of the last game that scared me any, and I
It's
can't.
like when you're watching a movie, you're forced to go. in.
I think
It's gonna
video
happen.
games. One thing they can do for me, they don't scare me, but there can be jump scares if you're playing like certain kinds of games like Doom or something like
let me
that.
tell you.
There's a game called Farpoint, which is on which it's an older game now, but in VR where you're stranded on an alien planet and there are face huggers and stuff, and you can't see them until they're right getting ready to hit you in your face, and you can't help but back up and
Yeah, but
freak
like
out.
I'm
So-
playing Visage, right? And I go into this room, and like it's after I figured out the mirrors and everything. Go into this room, and I turn the corner, go down the hallway, and this is Ghost Girl at the end of this hallway that I have to walk towards.
Did you shoot her?
I couldn't. I don't have a gun.
Oh, okay.
It's you trying to figure out your way through this house.
Yeah, see.
Like, and I had to
If there's
walk
no,
towards
if there's
it.
no
There
way
was
for
no
me to be
choice.
violent to get my way out of something,
See,
it's
that's what
not the
makes it
game for
scary,
me.
though.
It's just,
Is that I can't just walk up.
sounds
and,
like me walking to my mailbox at night.
Well, if you saw what this thing looked like, you'd be like, "Nah, bro, I ain't going. I ain't going near
All right,
that."
Tone says the original Doom scared the crap out of me when I was a kid.
I could see that as a kid. Yeah, I could see that. But I think that like scary movies, like it's kind of like, an acquired taste.
Hey, I like them. They just
Kind of
don't,
like
they don't
pepper
scare
or
me
hot
anymore.
sauce.
I mean, that's just
Like, you can take a little bit and then you start to develop a tolerance to it. Like, I feel like that's what scary things
like
are.
iocane powder.
Yeah. I don't even know what that is.
You know how you would know?
Why?
If you watch Princess Bride.
Ah!
Was he supposed to be a sheep or
Do
something?
you know what milk of the poppy is?
It's like a plant that someone stepped on.
If you'd watch Game of Thrones, you would know. Oh,
I'm not into incest, so I mean, So we're having a good time here, and the fact that Tim messed up here reminded me that he messed up earlier.
What did I
So
mess up here?
I said we're coming back with Nerd Roundtable,
Oh, you did?
and the fact that you just said like 2 sentences without turning your mic on,
Because
that might have
was
something to do with
humoring
it
me,
too.
hearing
Never
Yoda
has a
being
noob ever been
foolish.
so noob.
It's a very noobish.
I'm doing it right now.
So disappointing.
Because I have the power to do it.
Yeah, well, yeah, and because I told you to, that's why you're doing it.
Yes.
Yeah, because you would completely forget, and I would get that you would forget because I forgot until the moment you would have got by if you hadn't made
I
another
really
mistake.
did forget.
Yeah.
I really did.
You would because we're having a good time and everything. I had forgotten all about it. All right, we were talking about scary video games during the break on the stream. Trey says the first time I was jump scared was from the original Resident Evil when the dog jumps through the window.
Oh, yeah, dude. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Chris says, pull your cutlass, Tim. Duel him. He doesn't want to duel me because my sword has reach.
Yeah, it does. It's pretty long.
My
Also,
sword.
Lonzo of Court Grey.
I'll
was a
tell you,
ferocious
has anybody,
fighter.
dude, Silent Hill, the original Silent
See,
Hill game,
I've never played them. I get that they're supposed to be scary, but again,
they are terrifying as a kid.
Well, I bet. I bet they are. All right. Some things to get to here in what was supposed to be the Nerd Roundtable. I just want to ask everybody, we ask this question every year, but we're going to ask it again right now. That was a nice try. I don't know what you're doing there. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, man? All right. Jason versus Freddy versus Leatherface versus Michael Myers versus Chucky. Tim, who you got?
Ooh. Leatherface. Wait a minute. You said Jason? Did you say Jason?
Yeah, it's also written on the sheet.
Jason. I'm going with Jason.
Okay.
Jason,
All right.
Jason Voorhees.
All right, Matthew.
It's an unbelievably easy Jason. Dude's overpowered here.
All right. Palpatine, sorry you're not on the list.
I would say, well, it's fine. I would easily win. I would say that Jason Voorhees would win due to his unlimited power.
You're right. You're right. Jason will win. Jason's already fought Freddy and won. Cut Freddy's head off, actually. And he's going to take out Leatherface. He and Michael Myers, the rumor was for a very long time there was going to be a Jason versus Michael Myers. And I wanted to see that because I wanted to see who the movie makers would decide would win. Because would it be Michael Myers, the killer Michael Myers from Rob Zombie, the big huge one, or would it be the Season of the Witch Michael Myers guy when you got to like Halloween like 5 or 6, or would it be the early on one or the ones from I haven't watched Halloween Ends yet. I hear it's pretty bad. But I gotta watch that. I may watch that Monday night just because it's actually Halloween. But yeah, I think, who do you guys think? Text line 71307. Who wins? Jason, Freddy, Leatherface, Michael Myers, or Chucky? All right. Big news happened this week. Henry Cavill put out a video saying he is indeed back as Superman. And I am very excited about this. We know he made an appearance in a recent movie, but now he is going to be Superman again. It's been a few years, and to me, he is my favorite Superman. I know that Palpatine shares my joy with Cavill back. The question is, do you guys care?
Is that the same guy that's in The Witcher?
Yes.
Yes, I like him as Superman.
All right. The ever critical Matthew Causey. Are you okay with Henry Cavill being back?
Oh yeah, I think he's a great Superman.
Okay. All right. Funny you should mention The Witcher though, because news broke today.
About season 3.
Season 3 is happening, but season 4 is going to happen too, but it's going to happen without Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill is stepping away from The Witcher. Breaking news today. No. He's going to be replaced by Liam Hemsworth.
Really?
Yes. Liam Hemsworth is going to be the news Geralt.
All right, let me see.
And what this does, by the way, you don't know who Liam Hemsworth is, right? Is that what you're trying to?
I didn't know
who
Chris
he is,
Hemsworth
but I'm trying
even
to get
had
a
a
picture.
brother.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest.
He was in.
I'm trying to picture him as The Witcher.
They have the exact same face.
He was in. What was the thing with the Mockingjays?
The Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games. You would know that. Yes, he was in.
Were a few planets that we
Yeah,
tested.
but dude, he can't beat that jawline, man. I don't think.
You know, I agree. So let's hope season 3.
Cavill does have a nice.
Let's hope season 3 is so good.
Man.
He does. He has.
Thank you for the input.
He has an awesome jawline.
Like an anvil.
So we got great news that Henry Cavill is going to be back as Superman, but bad news that he's only doing one more season of Witcher, and I think the two have something to do with each other. They're not saying that, but I think that's good news as a Superman
I
fan.
would rather have him back as The Witcher.
See, I would rather have him back as Superman, and I love The Witcher. Actually, I would rather have him for both.
I was about to say, why can't we just have both?
Because I'm guessing they're filming Superman when the next season of Witcher would be filmed. That's the only reason why you do this.
Why can't they make up for the scheduling conflicts?
I don't know. Speaking of scheduling conflicts,
money,
maybe the new guy that's over DC could take care of it. I don't know if you guys heard this news, but James Gunn, the guy who did Suicide Squad, the guy who did Guardians of the Galaxy, is now the co-runner of all of DC. Tim, I know you hate DC. Does this make you does this lessen your hate a little bit now that James Gunn is the head of DC?
I do not hate DC.
We can feel it within you, Tim.
Listen, like I don't know. My thing, it's not about DC. I just really want to say this about Superman.
Trust your feelings.
The reason I don't like Superman that much is because he's overpowered.
He's not overpowered.
He is overpowered.
It's the same argument that Rob Brown makes. No, any being that has any magic at all can tear Superman up. He has no.
How many beings have magic?
Zatanna, Mixelplick,
a handful.
Superman is.
How many humans are there?
Constantine. We can keep going. All these technically Wonder Woman, Etrigan, Woman is a magic being. Felix Faust,
Morrigan.
Who's the little dude?
I like the quote that I've heard before that Superman is as powerful as he needs to be. He will be as overpowered or underpowered as the story requires him to be.
See what?
But
yeah, he's got like the
ultimate. I
plot
like
armor.
Superman a lot, but there is an issue with Superman, the character, just in the sense of he's a very difficult character to write because of how strong he is.
It's called plot armor.
I just
ultimate plot armor.
All right. By the way, Superman has died multiple times. I mean, you're acting like he's never died. You're acting like he's a god, and he's not. He's not even close to being a god. Gods don't have weaknesses,
it's like what Matthew
and he has
says.
several.
It's like what Matthew just said. You can write him to be pretty much anything.
You're right, Tones. Magic, kryptonite, and his relationships are his weakness. Right. Just like any hero, if you are someone who has loved ones, they can be used against you.
Are those other heroes Superman?
The issue with writing Superman, though, is specifically what those weaknesses are, is because they're all external weaknesses. There isn't a lot of internal aspects to him that yields for that that standard type of storytelling. So you have to find those alternate ways to tell stories for him, and that has been done extremely well, but it's also been done extremely horribly. And I think that's where a lot of people have issues with Superman, is they judge him based on those lows.
All right,
and find it hard to hit those highs.
We need to take our final break, so I'm not trying to cut you off, but the real reason why people don't like Superman is because they see the good in him and the bad in them. And because of that, they cannot relate to Superman.
Good and evil is an illusion.
Good and evil is not an illusion.
Really
it absolutely
No,
is
it's
not.
Not at all.
All right. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD.
That's a whole different discussion.
All right, Chris, I would use my weapon on Tim, but then I'd have to run the rest of the show, and I don't want to do that.
Why? Because I think good and evil is an illusion. I think everybody's capable of both.
If everyone's capable of both, then it's not an illusion.
Then you're saying it's an actual thing.
So it's not an illusion.
Is that we
An
are
illusion
either
is something
good
that's
or
not
evil.
real.
No, the illusion is that we are either good or evil, and that's not true. We are both.
Who says that you're either good or evil?
That's
Everyone has
the
good
way
and evil in
people-
them.
But that's the way people.
What
view
people?
it. It's black and white.
I don't know those people.
Most people view it.
I do. You say most people. I hate generalizations and people do this all the time, especially in radio.
Every other anime is like Naruto.
Don't create a straw man.
Oh my God! Would you like? I'm over him. I'm over it.
Your hatred is coming through. I can feel it.
Yes, yes.
My
let the
hatred for
hate
these
flow
headphones.
through
Yes.
you.
They're not even yours. are
Strike
they?
down
No, I
your
didn't say
balls.
that.
Yeah.
I
So
said my hatred for these headphones.
I think they're Tim's, and you're using them. You're like sticking them in your ear.
No, I'm sticking them on.
And see,
outside.
there's the problem, Chris. Because Batman exists, people hate Superman because they all, I like Batman. I like Batman.
No,
You know,
that's
it's just like Marvel and DC. You can like both. You can like
about
Batman and Superman. You can like them both. You know what? You could actually like the Trinity. You could also like Wonder Woman.
Wonder
I'm
Woman's
not
awesome.
saying that he's a bad character. I just don't like him because I think that he's overpowered.
Well,
I feel like he has too many strengths, not enough weaknesses. Yes, he has weaknesses, but he doesn't have enough.
Well, let's talk about your beloved Marvel.
I don't love Marvel either.
Let's talk about Captain Marvel.
Oh no!
I hate Captain
not
Marvel.
Again. Oh, your thing is just frozen in there.
And Captain America. I'm not a big fan of his either.
Oh, poor Cameron.
I like Spider-Man.
it's on days like these
It actually works
where
out
the
pretty
robes
good.
I
really
like Doctor
work.
Strange. I like Spider-Man.
Doctor Strange is overpowered. Without a doubt, Doctor Strange is overpowered.
But I'm saying that his characters I like. I don't know enough about him to even form a logical argument.
We do a little.
I hate him. I don't know why, but I hate him.
I could do that. I could do that with Goku, no problem. Or Vegeta.
Yeah, like about how important Twitter Cloud is.
No, Twitter Cloud is very important.
It's very important.
Yeah,
I'm not in on this.
I'm guessing I have more Twitter followers than anyone in this
Go
room,
back to
which makes me
torturing your
superior.
employee.
Probably do now. Did you see the explosion on Twitter the other day? Oh my gosh.
No, because I don't talk politics.
Dude. I'll show you later.
Are you talking about that words Twitter went up?
Both, well, Charlie's and Words.
Good.
And Tara's.
Good. Awesome.
All three of them.
No idea why that would have happened.
I don't think I'm money. Well, speaking of that, let's see if our views go up.
On Twitter?
Yeah.
It might. I haven't even looked.
I agree, Tone. Scarlet Witch is overpowered.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of characters that are overpowered, but they're not Superman, so Tim's okay with them.
Comic
okay, but I don't
characters.
know enough about those characters to form an actual argument on why I think that they're
You
better
didn't
than
watch
Superman.
WandaVision or
I know a little bit about Superman.
or Doctor
I know
Strange
more
too?
about Superman than I do them.
Why would you watch a character you don't like?
It's a sign. They can't hear it though on the stream.
Yeah, so we're coming back with a Superman character when I would really rather hear George W. Bush. I would really rather hear George W. Bush talking about lightning. That's what I'd like to hear. Because, because I like hearing George W. Bush talk about lightning. I really do.
Well, to quote
It's almost like
philosopher, bro.
There he is. It was such a strong start too, wasn't it? Just everything fun. He was so worried about his eyeliner that he forgot that
all
there's
went
some other
downhill.
things that he has to do. All right, W has finally spoken, so we're going to try to squeeze in as many things as we can here in the last 5 minutes. No, he didn't turn it on. He hasn't turned his mic on.
Yeah, it is.
It is now, was it?
Yes, it was.
It was not on.
It definitely wasn't.
We did not hear your mic at all.
It was totally on. I didn't touch it.
All right, that's fine. By the way, no anger here, no making fun. We're all good. Bring the music down a little bit, though. I don't know if the headphones.
Yes,
You've been running things a little bit hot, and maybe those headphones.
It's these headphones.
Yeah. All right, we're going to try to squeeze as many things in as we can. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania trailer just came out, and that looks pretty cool because you get to see Kang. I'm down with it.
The only thing that most people care about for this movie, because neither of the Ant-Man movies were very good.
I love the Ant-Man movies. Let's just make sure that his boy's in it, which I think he's in it. We didn't see him in the preview.
Got to have Luis in
Yeah,
there.
if Luis is in it, it's going to be good. All right, so now we know Matthew doesn't like Ant-Man and Wasp. Tim, you down with the Ant-Man?
Yeah, I like Ant-Man, actually.
Okay. All right.
I don't like the Wasp very much.
Just checking. Okay. So the trailer came out. It was pretty good. Speaking of pretty good trailer, I'm going to let Palpatine take this, talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
Oh, yes. I found it most amusing that the Guardians of the Galaxy were going to kidnap Kevin Bacon. Yeah, good. It's going to be excellent.
Sorry, I was coughing. I thought the other guys would jump in.
Wait a minute. Kevin Bacon is in.
You haven't watched Guardians of the Galaxy.
Almost as if he doesn't
Holiday
follow
Special.
the outline.
Yeah, the holiday special trailer.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Earlier this week.
Drax and Mantis want to make him feel better, Star-Lord feel better.
Yeah, but Kevin
so they're going
Bacon's
to.
already in the
Marvel
universe.
No,
he's not.
that wasn't
not
that wasn't
physically.
that wasn't Kevin Bacon.
And X-Men.
Yes, Tim, you're just not following along. That wasn't Kevin Bacon. No, that was an evil mutant. This is
Kevin Bacon
This is
playing Kevin Bacon.
This is Kevin Bacon
okay.
playing Kevin Bacon.
Wow, that's actually
Bro.
cool. Okay.
So they want to kidnap Kevin Bacon to make Star-Lord feel better because that's his favorite actor of all time. And they Drax and Mantis go to kidnap Kevin Bacon.
That's awesome.
And Kevin Bacon ain't having any of it.
Oh, I gotta go watch that.
Yes.
I'm
yes,
looking
you do.
forward to it. I think it's going to be really funny because it just looks like it's going to be the Guardians being stupid on Earth.
Yeah.
Like that's going to be fun. It's exactly the kind of scenario that group of characters would excel in. So I think it'll be a fun time.
A good comedic romp.
Exactly.
Yes, I am definitely looking forward to that. Something else I'm looking forward to. All right, so this is our Halloween special. Christmas is coming up. I'm looking forward to the Christmas karaoke special. We'll talk about that more. But if you are looking for a Christmas gift for the nerd in your life, you need to buy them Batman Vengeance fragrance. It will make you smell slightly unhinged. Oh, here's the thing. So there's Batman cologne. It's on sale for $177, which is cheap for cologne, I guess. I don't wear any deodorant, stuff like that. Bears are attracted to that, so I don't do that. Let's see. Vengeance is on sale for $177 right now, so that seems like a good deal. However, if you want to smell like a hero, that will set you back more. The hero scent sells for $395, which could be because there's over 100 Swarovski crystals in the bottle. I don't know what a Swarovski crystal is, but apparently
is it like a Kyber crystal?
Maybe. I don't know. This is including a blinged out Batarang. So what does a hero smell like? Because that's my first thought. You see the Batman cologne.
If it's anything like Batman, sweaty rubber, and that sounds gross.
Yes, it does. Well,
some blood and
some of us in this room already smell that way. And let's see.
It's gonna be a third newbie.
It's the musk is made up of candied apple, pear leaves, smoky rose, violet, sandalwood, musk, and moss. I don't know what moss smells like. I take that back. I've fallen a few times in the yard and I've smelled moss because I'm old, and old people fall down and they smell the moss. I don't know what sandalwood smells like, but anyway, if you want to, thank you for it's all right. All right. Thanks to everybody for tuning in to our Halloween special. We didn't get to everything that we wanted to because we never do. But we tried really hard. I want to thank everyone on the stream. I want to thank everyone on the text line. Text line was blowing up tonight. We will be back next week. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Sorry.
It's okay. Thank you, Tones. You're absolutely right. The Ant-Man movies were great. All right. So, Tim, say happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, man.
That's how it's like a pirate rapper or something. All right. Matthew, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
now I'm scared to go to my car. All right. Palpatine, any final words on this Halloween?
Remember to support the Empire. Happy Halloween.
Yes. Make sure you vote. Happy Halloween, everyone.
And remember, Twitter clout is always more important than the dark side. It is
Don't you
the
start with
true
this.
power.
I've heard
It is
that.
not.